Hey, good morning. It is the Breakfast Huddle. Elliott, Danker, and Brian Fernandez. This morning, chatting with Lien Choong Luen, Singapore General Manager at GOJEK. He's in the hot seat this morning. Lien, I've been waiting for this question. We are going to touch now on GOJEK's transition to the Singapore market. So, in Indonesia, GOJEK offers transport, food delivery, and Go Massage. You can book a massage therapist to your home, and Lord knows how many times we really need someone to untie those knots, right? Is this something you're going to be looking to consider in Singapore in the future? Are there any challenges into actually making this happen?
As you said, Indonesia is a large market. We've been experimenting a lot there. I think in our international expansion, we obviously exploring a lot of these and thinking about the Singapore market carefully. So the first point is let's just get what we're doing now. Let's get it done well. Okay. And then we're constantly thinking about, what we can do to expand more services for Singaporean consumers.
So, Lien, what sort of investment is being put in, particularly into technology moving forward, to improve the apps and services, as well in particular, as you just said, evolve from purely ride-hailing into the super app?
When we talk about technology investment, everyone thinks about money and there's a check size there. But really what is more important than the money is getting the talent and putting the talent at play. And, in my previous lives, looked at science and technology in Singapore, and getting talent isn't easy. I think the biggest investment is really putting people in. So we have technology centers in India, in Indonesia, and of course here in Singapore. So there's a very sizable tech team here. And deploying them against the different challenges we have across all the different units internationally as well as here in Singapore is what we are focusing on, constantly putting our tech guys against these different challenges.
And one of the challenges will be going up against other ride-hailing apps or apps that are set to come in. One of them in particular, Fastgo from Vietnam. The stocks for them to launch in Singapore. They've already started registering drivers. You guys went through a similar phase. Could I get your thoughts on this?
Singapore's a interesting, challenging market.
Okay.
Competition is good. I think it helps us lift us, to better heights. And as we are thinking about making a larger beachhead, we're obviously looking in the rearview mirror. So we don't take anything for granted, but competition ultimately is a good thing.
And in that light, in terms of retaining drivers, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What do you think you need to do to retain them? You've talked a lot about caring for them and being a good employer for them.
Drivers are looking, as I said, for the same thing that other people are looking for, which is good earnings stability, and good benefits.
Sure.
And really, again, that you take care of them, that you listen to them. And these are the areas that we want to over-deliver on.
Now, Lien, in the new economy today, it's all about partnerships. And you've established some partnerships with the likes of Esso and DBS Bank and Shell. Could you give us some insights into the partnership strategies?
Partners help us expand our reach. Let's take a look at, say, this week we announced the first of its kind partnership with Singtel. Singtel delivers all things digital, all things online, and we help get people to the fun places that they do offline. And that is a perfect complement. So if you look at Singtel, our drivers are also consumers. They use their app, they use the GOJEK app not just for work and business, but they also use their mobile phones for entertainment. So now the app, GOJEK app, is 0 rated, which means it doesn't count against their bandwidth data. And so in the time when they take breaks in between, they can, watch a little bit more YouTube, entertain themselves. Mm-hmm. They have access to 20% off these combo plans and also access to sort of handset discounts. These are all things where it's much richer, much better for our drivers and our riders when we partner together.
It's the accumulated little things that really count. In the hot seat this morning is Singapore General Manager of GOJEK, Lien Choong Luen. I'd like to continue touching on, and I know it's early days. I mean, you guys have been in town for 4 months and a couple of months before that as well. Monday was Earth Day, 22nd of April, and climate change, a big issue that's come up everywhere. Is this something that's in the rearview mirror for GOJEK? Is there potential for like a GOJEK carpooling, for example? Is this in the pipeline?
Climate
Maybe?
change is important.
Yeah.
We signed up to the recent 2040 Transport Master Plan,
Yeah.
which seeks to be more sustainable. Ultimately, carpooling or ride sharing is a more sustainable way to get around. It saves you for all the people who are driving and listening to us on the radio right now. Consider a GOJEK because it saves you from the parking fees subsequently. You can save on the vehicles, and we offer you very good service. I mean, this is one of the fundamental premise of being ride sharing.
Oh, we give it to him, since he took the
Yeah, we gave him
opportunity.
that shameless
He took the
plug to go
opportunity.
ahead.
All right.
You asked, I offered.
But Lien, what can drivers as well as riders expect from you in the second quarter? Now that you've established yourself here, what's the good news moving forward?
We'll roll out things going forward slowly. There'll be teasers. We'll give you surprises, but first, still going back to the fundamental premise that we want to be able to deliver good service. We want to be able to take care of our drivers. We want to make sure that your ride is a pleasant one.
Okay, you've mentioned this. I've counted at least 5 times. Delivering good service, and I'm sure a lot of people are very interested in this. Delivering that customer service is so important. So, for you guys at GOJEK, what goes into ensuring good customer service? Are there a set of principles, fundamentals? Could you share with us?
If you break down a ride, it starts with sort of both selection, training, and then subsequent care. If anything does happen, which occasionally it will, given the volumes that we do.
Sure. SOP with regard to all of this as well.
Exactly.
All right. Any last questions?
What do you think? What's the key message out there in terms of customer service? Because everyone says, yeah, we do great customer service, but what's going to make you stand out? One of the things in the Singapore context is, we are Kiam Siap, so it's about pricing.
There.
How are you going to distinguish yourself from a pricing standpoint? Because one of the pet peeves for consumers is surge pricing.
And I think if you look at the overall market, won't say just about ourselves, but if you look at the overall market, I mean, it is meant to provide and make the marketplace liquid. We're constantly relooking our prices to make sure that it's something that it's, again, sustainable and competitive.
This morning in the hot seat, we've had Lien Choong Luen, Singapore General Manager for GOJEK. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come by the studio. And to get you back, please ask all your GOJEK drivers to tune in to Money FM 89.3.
Thank you very much.
The Hot Seat on the Breakfast Huddle with Elliott, Danker, only on Money FM 89.3.